Okay, well, welcome to Who Wants to Be a Hydro Millionaire? And the caveat that I did when I came up with this title was, not all hydro developers are millionaires, but we're wishful thinkers, right? First, thanks so much for coming. I'm Nancy Skanke. We were going to, it was suggested to me to do Family Feud, and I thought, no, we're trying to get collaborative here, so perhaps not feuding. So instead, we have a fun program, Hydro Millionaire, and in front of me, facing me, are most of our co-executive producers. I have 5 wonderful people who help set up the teams, help the questions and the answers. And I'd like to introduce them, and as I mention your name, please just wave at the audience. And this is in alphabetical order to be completely politically correct. Heather Campbell, Senior Policy Advisor, Office of Energy Projects. There she is. Yay, okay. Linda Church-Chiachi, Executive Director of NHA. And if you'll see, there's a representative from each sector of industry and regulation. Jim Gill, Director of Hydro Licensing and Water Management at PG&E. I'm not sure, I haven't seen Jim. Chuck Sensiba, Partner at Troutman Sanders. And Tim Welch, Hydropower Program Manager, Water Power Technologies Office.
On Twitter at Turbin1079.
Thank you, and this is why it's been fun organizing this. You should have seen our planning calls. They were great. All right, the team that's been set up, and the disclaimer is I did not pick who went on which team. That was Marla, so if you think one team is more unbalanced, you talk to Marla. But anyway, team 1, captain is Alvin Toma. Director of Power Generation at PG&E. Also on the other team 1 member, Zina Al-Jabari, I'm sorry, Environmental Engineer, DHAC at FERC. Alejandro Moreno, Director, Water Power Technologies Office, DOE. And Julia Wood, Partner Van Ness. Okay, Team 2, Captain Cleo Deschamps, Managing Attorney, Office of General Counsel, Energy Projects, FERC. Hoyt Beatty, Program Manager for Strategy Analysis Outreach, Water Power Technologies Office. Whoa, we have a strong cheering crowd from DOE. Nick Jacek, Deputy Director, DHAC at FERC. Come on, Nick, put your hand up.
Licensing.
Huh?
Licensing. Deputy Director.
Oh, yeah, licensing. That's on here, right? I'm sorry. I'm moving too quickly here. Sorry about that. I knew that. Okay, and finally, Willie Whittlesey, Project Manager, Yuba County Water Agency. And I apologize to all my teams and producers if I mangled your name. Growing up, or getting married into Skanke, you can imagine what I'm used to, so. But my maiden name was Hubbard, so it was slight improvement. Old Mother Hubbard versus Skanke, man. Anyway. All right, so this is what our team members and our co-executive producers helped us develop. I came up with some rules. We had a great planning session in March where they actually did a dress rehearsal, so these teams are ready to go. And they also helped revise the rules a little bit. I want to give you the outline of the rules so you know where we're going, and hopefully we all do too. The idea is that there will be 15 questions in increasing difficulty. The questions were brought, as I said, put together by our co-executive producers. Each team captain answers on behalf of the entire team. And they're set to deliberate. It's a little small area, so no listening between teams. Oh, and my first thing, turn off your cell phones. I'll explain later, we do have an audience shout out. You may not check your phone for the answer. And particularly our 2 Lifelines experts over here are being watched by our executive producers and judges to make sure they're not checking either. They don't know when they're going to be called upon. But anyway, flip of the coin for which team? I didn't flip a coin. Will you 2 flip a coin? Got carried away. I got carried away trying to make sure that the software worked. Diane, can you, oh, there you go. Whoa, into the water.
It's tails.
All right, so who's starting?
Team one.
I mean, you can pass. All right, team one will start. All right, and that'll, what we'll do, one of the things we did is because we're doing teams, it's slightly different than Millionaire. If you're a game show junkie on TV where it's one person, we've got two teams, so we've got to develop different rules. So what we're going to do is team one will either take first cut or pass it to the other team. That'll be their choice. They'll tell me in a minute. And then it will alternate until we get to two high dollar amounts, $16,000 and $500,000. And those are what we call jump balls. Each team answers them. They have cards. They will write the answer on the card, put the card down, put their hand up once they're ready, and then it'll be up to the executive producers to decide which team put their hand up first, but the card's got to be down. And that's the captain's responsibility. You don't lose money if you, for wrong answers. One person very critical here that I didn't introduce, Diane Lear, is our scorekeeper, our own Vanna White. She will keep track of the score on a cumulative basis and also if the lifelines are used, because I'll explain that in a minute. But the bottom line is the team with the highest cumulative score at the end of the 500,000 question gets first chance at the $1 million question, and then the other team will have second chance if the first team doesn't answer it correctly. I think that's, and the one with the most money wins. So, and I mean, we have big prizes. Within $25, but big prizes. So, here are our lifelines patterned after the actual show. 50-50, that's where I programmed the computer so it deletes two wrong answers. So the team will then have a chance to pick which of the other two remaining answers is the correct one. Phone a friend, which in our case is calling an expert lifeline over here, because I won't let you have phones, so they can't phone a friend. And then the shout out, we'll put it out to the audience and you all raise your hand and then the team will decide whether to accept what you came up with or not. So, but there are no lifelines for the two jump ball questions, 16,500, or of course no lifeline for the million. That being said, shall we? Shall we play? All right, here we go. And I will have the classic question, is that your final answer? So be ready for it. But at that point, you can tell me whether you want to use one of your lifelines. And let's see if we, whoops. And I have my own code key. So hopefully, as I said, hopefully the software works. I've learned a lot about PowerPoint in the last 3 months. All right, here we go. Team 2. NHA works very closely to advance the hydropower agenda with its industry, trade associations, and partners on areas of common interest. Which of the following is not true? A, NHA works closely with APPA, EEI, NERICA on licensing reform policies and has for more than 2 decades. B, NHA works with the Screen Actors Guild on promoting its hydro videos. C, and no kibitzing, guys. NHA helped create the Baseload Renewable Coalition to work with biomass, geothermal, and waste energy on tax policy. And D, NHA works in a renewables coalition with wind, solar, and biomass on renewable energy and clean energy strategy. Team 2. You have 30 seconds.
Our answer is B.
Is that your final answer?
That is our final answer.
Okay, let's see if it's right. It's right, 100 points. All right, team 1, are you ready? Okay, here we go for 200 points. These are a little easier. The design of a gravity arc dam generates what force to provide the structural integrity to the dam? A, tension, B, gravity, C, compression, or D, shear? Team 1. And you have lifelines. Might want to save them for higher count. Okay.
C.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, let's see. You're right. 200 points. All right, back to Team 2 for 300 points. In his first address to DOE employees as secretary, Rick Perry told a story about how he, as governor, directed the Texas Transportation Commission to add his small hometown to the state map. What town is it, Team 2?
Our answer is A. That's our final answer, A.
Final answer, A. Let's see. You're right. Moving right along. All right, Team 1, are you ready for your $500 question? Under FERC licensing processes, which of the following is true? A, only the TLP requires FERC staff approval to use. B, the ILP has been the FERC default process since 2005. C, the ALP and the TLP are available to licensees at any time. And D, all licensees, agencies, and FERC staff love the ILP.
We were saying B.
That's the problem with this. Sorry. Okay. Oh. You got a freebie.
We got it.
You got it right. All right. They get the points. That was my fault, but they had it.
Yes, thank you.
All right. I got to be careful which thing I click on my machine.
You didn't have to answer D.
All right. All right. Team 2. All right. All right, we're going to have to try this again. Whoops, whoop, nope, don't move that. I knew this was good. This is why I woke up at 3 in the morning. Okay. Oh, shit. No. Sorry. Quick commercial break. Any commercials, Linda?
Miles, start tweeting.
There we go. $1,000 question. According to what case is a dam not a point source and therefore dam-induced changes to water quality do not require permitting under Section 402 of the Clean Water Act? A, Nebraska v. 1, 1970, two-door sedan Rambler, Gremlin. B, S.T. Warren v. Maine Board of Environmental Protection. C, Rapinos v. U.S. And D, National Wildlife Federation versus Gorsuch. And you have lifelines. $15 seconds, roughly.
We are going to opt for an audience shout out.
All right. Okay. Raise your hand if you believe the correct answer is A. No gremlins here. Okay. Raise your hand if you believe the correct answer is B. Raise your hand if you believe the correct answer is C. Raise your hand if you believe the correct answer is D. All right, team 2, what say you? You can take what they say or not.
It seems like there's a lot of different options here. Everyone kind of was all over the place, but our final answer is D.
D, let's see. You got it. And Diane, you can cross off their shout out. All right. All right. Tension's rising, numbers are going up. Team 1, are you ready? $2,000 question, assuming the software works. There we go. All right. France's turbine and an airplane owe their existence to what physicist? A, Maxwell, B, Newton, C, Bernoulli, or D, Einstein? You could be called on again, you know.
You know, Einstein did everything. Come on.
15 seconds, roughly. On the important ones, I have a timer. Do you want to use any lifelines?
We're going to go with C, Mr. Bernoulli.
All right. You're right. All right. Up to the $4,000 question. Team 2, you ready? NHA's primary focus is to advance the policy interests of the U.S. hydro industry. The policy agenda is set by the NHA Board of Directors and advised through committees and council structure of the association, which has not been an NHA policy over the years. A, streamline the hydro licensing process to no more than 3 to 5 years. B, creation of the 242 incentive program. C, expansion of the hydropower program within DOE with funding for marine energy and in-stream hydrokinetics. Or D, inclusion of hydropower in the PTC, ITC programs with equal treatment to wind, including phase out. I'm sorry, you guys can't see these. And you DOE people, and NHA people. I don't know if Jeff's there over in HPC, so. $15 seconds.
Our answer is B.
D, final answer?
No. B.
B,
Yes,
final answer?
B as in boy.
B, final answer?
Yes.
Okay. The phase out. We don't go for phase out.
It's a trick question.
Sorry.
You had 242?
All right. Sorry, team 2, you can recover on the bigger buck stuff coming up. All right, team 1, $8,000 for $8,000. This is such a softball. Sorry. At the direction of the U.S. Congress, DOE's Water Power Technologies Office was established in late 2016 as its own dedicated office to support early-stage R&D essential for the water power industry, which is not true. A, WPTO recently announced funding for CY 2016 generation from projects adding power capabilities to existing dams. B, WPTO recently announced funding for innovative fish passage systems with the potential to lower costs of construction and operation. C, WPTO's HydroVision finds that U.S. hydropower could grow from 101 GW of capacity in 2015 to nearly 150 gigawatts by 2050. Or D, WPTO has conducted research assessments for new stream development, non-powered dams, and pump storage. All right, team one.
D as in dog.
Final answer?
Yes.
Better be. Okay.
Why they pay me the big bucks.
That's why I didn't make that a jump ball question. It was going to be Alejandro versus Hoyt, and Hoyt was going to defer to Alejandro, and we were going to have.
Never lets me win.
Like hell.
All right, so now we're doing our $16,000 jump ball. If you recall, and I have a couple minutes to explain it because we're moving along. Each team will make their own decision, write their letter on the card, and turn it face down, and then our executive producers here will decide by majority vote. Linda, you may want to go sit next to Heather so you can see better. By majority vote, which team had the paper down and the captain's hand up. And then I'm going to rely on you guys. The captain only. Captain's hands only. All right?
Gotta have it down first, right?
The paper has to be down first, and then the hand can go up.
Okay.
And that person gets to answer first, but if they don't answer correctly, then the other team can show their answer, and they'll get the points.
But they can't change.
Are you ready, teams? All right, here we go. The Hydropower Regulatory Efficiency Act of 2013 included all of the following except which one? A, increase the permitted installed capacity of a municipal conduit exemption to 40 megawatts. B, amended Section 5 of the Federal Power Act to permit FERC to extend a preliminary permit once for not more than 2 additional years. C, permitted the FERC to grant small conduit exemptions on federal lands. And D, created a subset of small conduit applications called qualifying conduit hydropower facilities.
I do. I'm just wondering, do I keep it up the whole time? What do I do?
So they still have the rest of the 30 seconds to answer.
Okay, so I
In
don't have
case
to
you,
choose
no, you, if they've acknowledged you, you're okay.
We thought we just fixed your hair.
No, I was like, do I keep it up?
So sorry to Team 1 that they're having trouble seeing. I tried to turn that around. You can't. Maybe I'll show them. Oh, thank you. All right, judges. Who was the first team?
Me too.
All right, and the answer is A. So, does Team 1 agree with that answer?
No.
Well, let's see.
Yeah.
They got it. And by way of clarification, our judges here will explain. And Heather, what's the nuance?
Municipal, yes.
All right, see, Team 2, I told you you could catch up. All right, so Team 2 automatically then gets the chance at the 25,000, and then we'll go back to rotating until we get to 500,000 jump ball. So, here we go. 500, yeah. $25,000 question. Which sections of the FERC's regulations govern a surrender or termination of existing license? And if you've been at this conference, you've heard this 5 times. A, 18 CFR 4.300, etc. B, 18 CFR section 16.14 to 17. C, 18 CFR 6.1 to 6.5. And D, 18 CFR 9.1 to 910. Team 2.
Our answer is C.
You're right. But you do know, we have balanced teams. We've got an industry rep, a legal, a FERC, and a DOE on each team. So we are balanced. All right, thank you. Now, for the big $50,000 question, moving up, more difficult here. All right, Team 1, ready? What is the tallest dam in the United States? A, Hoover Dam, located in Black Canyon of the Colorado River on the border between Nevada and Arizona. B, Grand Coulee Dam, located on the Columbia River in Washington. C, the Oroville Dam, located in Northern California. Or D, the Bath County Dam, located in Virginia.
C as in Charlie.
C as in Charlie. Final answer?
Yes.
You got it. All right, now we've got 4 questions left. 3 to the, and at the end of 500, we'll see who has the most points. All right, so remember you have lifelines. All right, Team 2. FERC's new policy establishing a default license term of 40 years modifies its prior license term policy for new licenses at a relicensing originally articulated in which longstanding order? A, Consumer Power. B, City of Idaho Falls. C, Me Corp. Or D, City of Danville.
Our answer is A.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Got it. All right, we're up to the really big bucks. Team 1, ready? $250,000. $250,000 question. Here we go. What is the oldest continuously operating hydro project in the United States? A, Appleton Hydroelectric Project on the Fox River in Appleton, Wisconsin. B, the Mechanicville Project located on the Hudson River in New York. C, the Sholkoff Power Station, number 1 located near Niagara Falls, New York. Or D, the TR Project on the Salt River about 75 miles northeast of Phoenix. And you do still have lifelines, which you can't use after this point. You have a lifeline that nobody,
use more than one?
You can use as many as you want. You can use them all because they're no good after this.
Yeah, 50-50 for starters.
50-50. All right, let's see what we can do with 50-50.
We might as well ask the audience.
We don't have it. Yeah, we can't use it.
You have, did you cross out Team 1's 50-50, Miss Diane? You still have phone and shout out, both. You can use both. Use whichever one you want to use first and second.
Because we can't, can we use any other? Yeah.
You can use,
Do we
You
have
can-
another opportunity to use a lifeline? Or is this
no,
last
you
time?
don't, because 500's a
All right,
jump
audience.
ball and 1 million's,
Audience,
so you
audience,
should
please.
use them.
Audience.
Audience, all right, audience, is it, how many for B? And how many for D? Judges shouldn't vote, Linda. I know it wasn't your question, Linda, but there's... Pay no attention. All right, let's hit that again. B, how many B? We just had a slight skewering of the... How many D?
We're going to go with B.
You're going to go with B.
B as in boy.
All right, final answer.
Yes.
You got it. All right, now we're going to do the 500K question. The teams are again going to write, and boy, we're moving along real quickly here. We may have to have the teams dance or something at the end to keep you occupied.
What's the score?
Well, Diane will give a preliminary score.
Team 1 is at $310,700. Team 2 is at $142,400.
So this could make a big difference. This will make the difference. The one that wins this will get to the $1 million question. And each team will have 30 seconds to answer this and write it down, put your hand up, and these eagle eyes here are watching. But leave your hand up in case they're not watching. Okay? And then when we get to $1 million, the team that has the highest score after the 500,000 question If the first team that answers the 500 didn't get it right, the second team has a chance. If they get it right, they get the dollars. At the end of that, the one that has the most points, according to our Vanna White over there, will get to first shot at the $1 million, but the other team will also get a shot at the $1 million if the first team answering doesn't get it right, assuming all works. So you guys can stand up if you want to. I mean, because I tried to reconfigure and it was going to be a nightmare. So, all right. Actually, I could switch these two teams. Yeah, okay. Can you guys, you can see it here. All right, here we go. Are you ready? For $500,000, which came first, chicken or the egg? A, the first use of pumped storage hydropower in the U.S. B, construction of Boulder Dam. C, establishment of the Bureau of Rec. Or D, establishment of the Federal Power Commission as an independent agency. Did you see him? So you can put your hand down. You can jump it, yeah. All right, team 2, you want to write an answer down and turn it over? All right, team 1, what's your answer? I can't see it. D. Team 2, what did you think it is? C. All right. Answer C. All right, so team 2, sorry about it, guys. But, you know, on this one, okay, so now that we're at the million, now this is for the whole caboodle. Yeah, so you don't have to write down your answer, but you should talk about it, because if they don't get it right, then you get a shot at it, and you get the million and a win.
Point of clarification, do they have to answer before it's selected because another one will be eliminated?
They don't have to answer. You're very. He listened to the rules. You are absolutely right. Come up with a preliminary, but I will eliminate the one they answer if it's wrong.
It's a penalty for being wrong.
All right, here we go.
We won't be wrong.
And this is a complicated question, so read it carefully. A licensee coming off a 50-year license term and following a timely NOI to file a new license application electronically files its relicense application at 5:01 Eastern Time on the date the application is due under the Federal Power Act Section 15C. No other entity files a competing application. Under FERC's regulations, what is the result? A, no consequence, anything filed by midnight is considered timely. B, the application is untimely, requiring the licensee to file a request to extend the filing deadline, which FERC can grant. C, the application is untimely and project is considered orphaned. The existence licensee is barred from competing for the new license. And D, same as C, except the existing licensee is allowed to compete for the new license for good cause shown. And audience, keep your rumble down quiet. I mean, this is, oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Okay, we have our answer.
Whoa, that was quick. Okay. What is your answer?
Our answer is C.
C, as in cat?
Yes.
Well, let's see. You already applauded. So, as NHA has so much money, that Diane is going to present to our winning team a...
One moment.
And after I have a couple of things people I want to thank. A check for $1 million, Of course, that's non-negotiable. But our winning team also gets NHA luggage tags with Hydro winning team on it. And these are less than $25. I promise something better than an NHA pen, so this is what they get. And our other group gets Hydro team. Yay. So I want to thank the people there are two people here in the audience that probably were the most nervous of anybody. And I'm going to have Cleo and Alvin introduce their lifelines that were sitting up front waiting to hear what difficult question they were going to get.
Kim Angenstein from Winston and Strawn.
And our lifeline is Elizabeth Blogg from FERC's OGC.
And I want to thank my wonderful executive producing staff. If I ever do this again, I'd have to have them here. And our wonderful teams, if you will join me in thanking them.